Hello and welcome to part 5 of adding even more power to an engine that's way too big for my W203. It's almost twice the displacement of the old M271 engine, and that's why when the engine is in the car, some parts do stick out. Speaking of which, this engine is for sale, by the way. It's an M271 out of my W203. So you can DM or email me. I do leave all my information down below. Anybody for ice cream? Now you might be asking yourself, why is the engine not in the car? You'll just have to go back and watch part 4 of the series in which I explain why I did this. The goal for this video is to get the engine ready to go back into the car. But there are two more things I want to do. Number one being the clutch. So I do want to upgrade the clutch because this is still the gearbox from the old 1.8 litre engine. And even though it has a brand new clutch in, I still think it'll be too weak to handle any boost. And number 2 is in this little black box. So let's do a small unboxing. Oh, and by the way, we pretty much have everything we need to get this project done at this stage. Even the intercooler with some boost pipes. The only thing we'll need after that would be injectors, but I'll have to sell my kidney or that engine to be able to afford that. Okay, let's go. I watch too much TikTok. All right. So, small little tool. And then there it is. So this is a TURBOSMART 45mm wastegate. It's rated for 7 to 9 psi, but damn, I don't know about that, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, in this video we're gonna get this on the turbo manifold as well. And then all the hardware, even some very fancy V-band clamps. First things first, I want to get the gearbox off so that I can remove the clutch, and then next time I go into town I will take it in so that they can build me a new button clutch. But I saw something kind of scary. So over here, these two I removed to get the starter main power wire off. So it has a little bracket that bolts onto there. But if you look over here, that bolt was loose. Scary as. And then when you come over here on this side, that one is also loose. Yeah, that's not very good, but let's get the gearbox off. Okay, so this is pretty bad. I stripped that bolt, so now I need to figure out how I'm gonna get that off. I'm praying this works. Oh, super glad that worked. And that's how a 1 minute job turns into a 1 hour job. Right there. And just like that, it's the next day. So yesterday, after getting the clutch and the pressure plate off of there, I also went ahead and got the flywheel off. So there you can see the brand new rear main seal I installed a while ago. So we should be good over there in the foreseeable future. But anyway, I got the pressure plate, flywheel and clutch loaded in the car, headed to the place where they build button clutches for cars. But unfortunately, the guy is still on holiday and he'll only be back on Monday. It's currently Friday. So yeah, I'll just go back on Monday and then they can start building the new clutch for me. And then the lady over there also told me that it takes about a week for them to build the clutch. So that's unfortunate. Didn't really plan on it taking that long. but at least we can go on getting the wastegate installed on the turbo manifold. So let me show you over here. So as you saw, this is my TURBOSMART Hypergate 45mm wastegate. I watched a couple of videos online and the reviews for this is very good, so that's nice. And then I would also just like to add, because I didn't know this, but you get 3 of these little rings with it. So a V-band for over here, a V-band for over here, and then this little one is actually to seal over there. The way the wastegate needs to go onto the turbo manifold is pretty important, so I'll throw a picture up on the screen. I just had to do that. That pretty much explains the best way to fit a wastegate to a manifold. So that's just to get the air to flow out the easiest and not be like restricted. I'm not sure. I'm still learning as I go. But anyway, so I have a piece of 3mm by 50mm tubing that I built this pretty unique turbo manifold with. I'm gonna try to get it to sit over there and then get the wastegate over here like that, just with the V-band. So that'll connect up over there, and then I'm gonna do a screamer pipe or just an open pipe just to go down to the ground. So let's get this manifold off and figure out how the hell I'm gonna make a hole over there and get this piece of pipe welded on over there. That we have a hole in the manifold. It's not the best looking hole, but it's big, so it should work. And then we can go ahead and get this welded on over there. I just cleaned it up a bit so it looks good, and the welds do come out better when you clean it up. Then I'll just get all the gaps welded shut with the TIG welder. And by the way, I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but for those of you not familiar with a TIG welder, you put these tips in the gun, and it's called a tungsten. But if you don't have a steady hand like me and the tungsten touches the metal, it gets contaminated and then your welds don't come out as good. I need to get a few of these cleaned up, so let's get those cleaned up and then start welding. And we're going to start off by getting this V-band flange welded on over there, and then we can see how the wastegate will sit on there. Hopefully my measurements are correct and we won't have any issues. So I get the tips nice and sharp like this. That has worked the best for me. And getting nice welds with a TIG welder has a lot to do with preparation. So the cleaner your surfaces, the tungsten, everything like that, the better your welds will do. Alright, so I got the manifold back on the engine while it was still hot, because when you put so much heat into something, it does tend to move around. So I just got it bolted on, and I put the down pipe back on the car, and then I also went ahead and got the screamer pipe welded over there. So that turned out pretty nice. I know it doesn't look the best, but if that works, I'll keep it like that. But I do want to get the engine back in the car before I build something better or nicer than that. Just quickly, for those of you who might not know, a wastegate is there to control your boost levels. So as soon as you get to your boost target, let's say it'll be 0.5 bar, then it'll open and the extra exhaust gases will go out the screamer pipe. And they call this a screamer pipe because I'll put a clip in here of how I hope this will sound and look. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. And then I also wanted to add, you guys killed it in the comments guessing what was in this box. So yeah, it was the wastegate, but I have to say each and every one of your comments made me smile. Hoping to make a lot more videos when the car is up and running. It should be much easier because like now with the clutch, I took it in this morning and yeah, it's gonna take a week for them to make it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do this week. Maybe clean up this place a bit. Obviously the engine can't go back in yet. That'll have to wait now for the next video. But the goal for that video is to just get the clutch on there, get the engine back, and hell, who knows, maybe go for a test drive. Before we end this video off, I want to open the wastegate and see if it might have 2 springs in so that I can remove 1 spring, because my goal isn't to make a bunch of power, because that poor transmission is not going to take much, even though I am upgrading the clutch just for it not to slip. But yeah, that gearbox, it might go boom pretty soon. I already told myself that I will not drive this car without having a camera turned on, for if and when that happens, you guys will see it. I really hope it doesn't happen, but facts are facts. I'm asking so much more than that transmission is made for. So we'll just have to see. But let's get the wastegate off and then open it up and see what's going on the inside. Alright, then check this little tool. Let's see. Oh, wow, that's pretty easy. Now, ooh. Oh, there's only 1 spring in there. Okay, so I found this chart on their website, and then it has all the measurements and pressures and everything. So the spring I have seems to be the 37 by 42, is it? So it's this one. So it should be the 7 psi or like 0.4 bar. So that's pretty perfect for what I'm going for. At least now I know. But for now, I'm going to put this back together. But I think I'm going to end this video off here. And then I'll see you next Sunday at 6 AM. Thank you so much for watching.